And
I've written my week.
John's wife's Laramie, right?
Debacle.
She will
Yeah.
senior English is right.
This one ought to be a fun
How
one.
old's the baby?
Yeah. I forgot to send my weekly report.
Fifth, so he is now, what's he?
Email. How exciting! So who's going to keep him? I'm old enough. I got it. Hey, David.
Bill and I are keeping.
Ready?
Ready?
We'll call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Virginia Sasser.
Here.
Kelly Myers.
Here.
Joe McElroy.
Here.
Judy Bartram. Suzette Barda. Carla Cummings.
Here.
David Sasser.
Here.
Iowa Tribe.
Okay, we do have a quorum. Item 2 is consideration, discussion, and action on the consent agenda. Approval of the meetings from the regular meeting November 18th, 2021. Also have acknowledged Carla Cummings, Mayor City Perkins, to serve a 3-year term as trustee ending April 2025. Acknowledge the resignation of Judy Bartram as the mayor appointee trustee. Acknowledge the resignation of Suzette Barda as Perkins Chamber of Commerce designee. Acknowledge Cassie Wilson as the mayor's appointee 3-year term ending April 2025. And acknowledge Amy Peterman as the Perkins Chamber designee 3-year term ending June 2025. Any discussion? If not, I would entertain a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Virginia.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Joe.
Yes.
Carla.
Yes.
David.
Yes. Item 3, consideration of items removed. We have none. Public appearances, petitions, communications. Anything on that? You might introduce our new minutes clerk.
I'm sorry.
You might introduce our new minutes clerk.
There's an item down the agenda.
Stick with the agenda then. How about committee updates? I think Marla filled the remaining part of the schedule through Labor Day. She's had a really good turnout of people being at the buildings this summer, having them open despite it being so hot. A couple of new volunteers, Elsie Doc Brosey, who actually has been in costume part of that time as an actor. So that's been good. We did get the exhibit done earlier this spring. Eric and Lorinda Davis donated a bunch of tools that had belonged to Charles Lamb, Bob, and Tracy. And Eric helped me go get those. It was an amazing collection of Lorinda's uncle. Saved everything. If there were 1 shovel, there were 12 of them. I kid you not. There is a complete blacksmith shop. But anyway, they donated all of that, and it has been put in the north end of the Vassar barn. We had Knights Electric come and put some lighting in there, so at old-fashioned Christmas, you'll actually have some nice lights in there. They did all of that, so that exhibit is basically done for people to check out if they want to. As far as the dinner, I think we decided that we're going to honor the Metapedia this year. And so I've got the ornament design. I ran off and left it since I was being an airhead and not realizing what time it was.
Dinner is October 29th.
October 29th is the dinner, yep. So we're starting to think about that a little bit, actually having one for a change.
What would be our role as trustees in the dinner?
So there is an agenda item about the dinner.
Oh, it is? Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other updates? Okay. If not, we'll do consideration, discussion, and possible action to appoint Gene Hinkle as Secretary of the Oklahoma Territorial Plaza Trust.
So this is Jean Hinkle. She joined us in early July as a deputy city clerk for the city, and she will be taking over serving as your secretary if you so choose for the Plaza Trust, and I will be able to step away and just work on some of my other duties. So she is handling all of our city meetings, city commission, public works, parks and recreation, you name it. We're trying to have one person who handles those meetings and keeps us all in line.
Okay.
I make a motion that we approve Jean Hinkle as the Oklahoma Territorial Plaza Trust Secretary.
Do you hear a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Virginia,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Carla,
Yes.
Amy,
Yes.
David.
Yes. Item 8 is consideration discussion regarding Oklahoma Territorial Plaza fundraising dinner to be held October 29th.
I don't know if we need, I just thought we might have questions and need to be able to talk about it. That's why we put this agenda item on here specifically.
So answering the mayor's question, I think basically just hopefully being there to support.
I'll of course be there. I just didn't know if there was other things that.
Well, and as the mayor, you'll have to make some remarks on behalf of the city, so.
30 minutes.
Where's Tammy so I can stare her down?
And there'll be a short meeting after this, I think, to plan the dinner, and you could hang around for that.
So
And you said the theme was what?
we're, basically, each year we've honored
Okay.
a different building out there, or a different thing. So we've done the depot, but we're doing the Metapedia rail car
Okay.
itself. And part of the idea with that is usually with some of the money that comes from the dinner, we'll use to help restore or refurbish things. We have put a new roof on it, but we need to do some reupholstering. One of the gals, Kara, that works with the paranormal group, actually is reupholstering the chairs that go around the table. That was some of the money they've raised. They've actually had a couple of sleepovers there with paranormal activity, setting up their equipment, and we actually had a ghost, if you will say, that flipped some breakers on the air conditioning system so that they wouldn't spend the night.
Those are students.
So, but we got it figured out. So,
Thank you, Dave.
more than we ever did. Anything else on the dinner? Item 9 is consideration, discussion, and possible action regarding meeting dates and times for 2023.
So the staff put this agenda item on here so that you all could discuss in advance of your November meeting, when you should be adopting your 2023 dates and times, what you want to do. With the new makeup of your board, we didn't know if the third Thursday of the month at 11 a.m. is still what you wanted to do, or if you need to meet more frequently. We just wanted you all to be thinking about that.
I myself, with my job, very difficult for me to come to an 11 a.m. meeting because I can't clash school duties and city duties. And I can't leave my site until 4 p.m. So I don't know how the rest of the board feels about that. I'd love to make it to the meetings, but I have to be separate there.
Well, originally, when we were meeting, part of the idea was we were meeting on a chamber Thursday before chamber, where some of the people like Suzette and others that would be coming to
That
a
makes
chamber
sense.
meeting would already be there. I wouldn't have a problem, I think, doing something at 4.
I think we can probably cover the 45 minutes that this meeting lasts for.
And I don't think generally, our meetings aren't gonna be that long, and I really feel like kind of what we did in the past is maybe set for quarterly meetings, and if we don't have anything to really discuss, then I don't know that we need to meet, kind of like we've done. If there's something going on, we'll meet.
You can always call a special meeting if something came up.
If something came up, yes.
Okay.
So, I really think if we do something like it, say 4 o'clock, if that, a little bit later.
I think we can do the 11.
Do you want
I
to,
know the boss, he'll let you slip.
as long as the boss knows to try to follow the rules.
Because we really just about twice a year is when we really actually meet, so.
Right.
So it's not gonna be a month.
Like today was no problem.
And again, one of those will be typically an August meeting, but so school's not gonna be in.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Is that 11?
is there a particular day? Is there something better than a Thursday? Or earlier in the,
It doesn't matter for staff.
Well, I think the Thursday with it on chamber days is very convenient. I mean, because a lot of us are gonna be there anyway, so we're booking that time for free.
Well, I appreciate what Mr. McElroy said and would do, because I know that a lot of the other meetings are 6 PM, and staff has already been here since before 8, so I like the 11 o'clock time if I can make that, so.
Then if we're gonna do it at chamber, then we have to move it to first Thursday, because chamber only meets once a month.
Yeah. But we're just gonna do it quarterly,
Well, then
and
we'll
so,
move it.
but we do it the first Thursday on days.
of course, we do have to have it here, but, so, you wanna leave the time then at 11? And leave it on chamber Thursdays, but do it quarterly.
Okay? We'll bring those dates to you in November for final approval. First Tuesday, first Thursday.
Would I be out of order if I ask why we do need to meet here?
The city commission, well, it was before the mayor's term. The city commission decided that all meetings needed to be live streamed and recorded. I actually asked the city attorney today, but I haven't had a response that I know of on whether or not the city commission has the authority to make that a rule for dependent bodies like trusts. So, because I know this body liked to meet at the plaza, so I'm working on to find out, maybe we go back to the plaza and we'll have, I don't know. But it was due to the city commission wanting live stream equipment.
Okay.
It would make more sense for us to meet at the plaza, that if we need to go to a building to look at something or other things, it would
Yes.
make more sense for us to do that.
Yes, I agree. And that's where I was going with the, and there's some other boards, you know, that, like Park and Rec may want to meet somewhere else so they can do things.
Well, this trust is really separate in its operation, the way that it was established,
Yes,
so.
I'm working on that.
Right.
And we could also, if nothing else, it could be brought back up before the city commission. If, you know,
I mean, that was before me, and we can put it on the next agenda
yeah,
as far as that goes, because of convenience of, I mean, if you're gonna back it up behind a chamber meeting, it's kind of.
Well, and the fact that the trust is meeting for the plaza,
Correct.
and that if there are things that they go and see and do, it makes sense. So,
I agree with that.
okay.
That was before me.
anything else? Any new business?
I don't know if it's here, but Perkins and Community is wanting to put book boxes up, the 3 little libraries up around the city. That's on our agenda to do, and we would like to do one at the Territorial Plaza.
By the story walk?
Well, kind of by the playground equipment, and the splash pad, kind of over there. And this one would be decorated for kids and community, kind of telling them about our programs too, but also have a little library. And I didn't know if the plaza would be up for that.
I think it's a great idea.
I think that is a great idea especially with the story walk. Just have him put in.
Well,
High five on that one.
We're kind of thinking that the future, the kids aren't gonna be able to, they can walk to the plaza and get books and the library, and we're trying to strategically place them throughout the city where, we can reach kids that may not
And you
have
have a lot
transportation to the
of
library.
kids there with the splash pad and other things
Right.
that be great to sit down with book.
Mhm.
I recently heard that Dolly Parton had extended her Miracle
Yes.
program to Oklahoma.
Okay.
Would it be possible that we might somehow involve or be sure that our children are receiving those books?
I can make sure.
Give me a caller.
If you want to call her and chit chat with her.
But I think that's
Right.
very good.
I saw that, I think last week on the Today Show, or
I think
earlier
it
this
was
week.
on-
So that is a great program, if we could get it.
And she starts at like, what, 6 months or something?
Mhm.
They receive a
That may be
book.
something that we can sign up
Every
some
year
of our
for 3
families
years.
that we know could use some books to look into that.
There's also someone else in the community that has a book program, and I'll get you her name, and you can research if that would work. So I won't say her name right now, but
Yeah. Well, and we wanted to do the little free library and go through them with a plaque, because then a pin drop. So it's also a advertisement for the Territorial Plaza, because if people are pulling up that, it's on the national database and mapped at the little free library. So they'll have a pin for Oklahoma Territorial Plaza.
Good.
All right, anything else? If not, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Please.
I make a motion that we adjourn the Oklahoma Territorial Plaza Trust meeting.
Do I hear a second?
Sure.
That's why we.
There you go.
All right, roll call, please.
Virginia,
Yes.
Kelly, Joe,
Yes.
Carla,
Yes.
Amy,